Welcome to another episode of J Inclusive. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and set your notifications on so you are alerted every time I upload. By now, I'm sure you've already heard about this KHALID'S situation that popped off this past Friday. But if you haven't, here's a quick recap. November 22nd, a man named Hugo Almonte took to X and decided to upload a series of cryptic posts which alluded to him having had sexual relations with several closeted men in the hip-hop and R&B genre. When his posts did not warrant the response from those individuals that he wanted, he decided to post a photo of himself and one of the men. That man being R&B singer Khalid. As the news began to circulate online, Khalid got wind, confirmed he was indeed gay, and that he was not ashamed of being so. Soon Almonte began receiving backlash, not only for outing Khalid, but also for his seemingly colorist post, which also touched on Featurism. By the end of the day, Almonte had deleted his original post and replaced them with a lengthy one where he was trying to state that he wasn't calling Khalid physically unattractive, but instead was referring to his spirit, which no one bought. He claimed that an interview was coming where he would discuss everything, and well, he decided to interview with blogger ARMON WIGGINS, and the results of that interview made him look even worse. In the interview, he claimed to have met Khalid at a party. Khalid approached him. They exchanged information, but nothing happened until a few months down the line. He stated that Khalid wasn't the type he would go for, but he decided to give him a chance. He claimed that they dated for 2 years and broke up around the time of the pandemic. According to him, the relationship was toxic. He felt manipulated, and he found it difficult to date a man who wasn't out, a man who only saw him as a trophy. He claimed he was not an escort, but he was forced to start an OnlyFans because he had no other opportunities for employment. According to him, once they broke up, Khalid began telling associates of theirs that Almonte had broken into his home and stolen items. He stated he really did love Khalid, but did not want to date someone who was in the closet. Essentially, the entire interview was bullshit. To state that he wasn't calling Khalid ugly, but in his interview with ARMON, he said that when he met Khalid, the singer wasn't his type physically, which means that he didn't and doesn't find him attractive. So he was calling him ugly, and he tried to switch the narrative after people began calling him out. He stated that it was difficult dating someone who was in the closet, but when he made his original posts on X, he stated that everyone knew Khalid was gay. Therefore, he didn't outed him. So was he out or no because you stated that it was difficult dating someone closeted? In this interview with ARMON, he also stated that Khalid wanted to bring him to a party at DJ Marshmello's house, so Khalid could use that opportunity to come out the closet. However, Almonte said he declined because he didn't want to be seen as someone's trophy. So, how can you complain about dating someone who is closeted, yet when he tried to come out with you, you declined? And years later, you want to claim everyone already knew Khalid was gay. So none of this makes sense. He also claimed that Khalid's friends made their relationship difficult because they were jealous of all the things Khalid was doing for him, taking him to places, etc. But in another portion of the interview, Almonte claims that Khalid never bought him anything or gave him money. So if that's the case, why would Khalid's friends be jealous? For Almonte to claim that he was tired of Khalid using his position in the industry to oppress him is funny, because the whole reason Almonte made those original posts is because he clearly felt as though he had something to weaponize against Khalid, and that was his sexuality. All in all, this did not go the way Almonte thought it was going to go. He keeps trying to bring up this house situation, but that doesn't make sense because no one knew about Khalid allegedly spreading those false rumors about him, except their close circle of friends. So choosing to go on a public platform and out someone who is a celebrity does not equate to what he claims Khalid was doing. Let's keep it real. Almonte didn't get what he thought he should have by dating Khalid, and now that they are no longer dating, He took this opportunity to try and get some fame from the situation. And unfortunately, what he didn't understand is stories like these only last a week, and then everyone moves on. Now, I also have to tug a little bit, because what was it about Almonte that made him want to come out? I do believe that Khalid saw him as a trophy, because a lot of dark-skinned men in the gay community put light-skinned Latino or exotic-looking men on a pedestal. This entire situation has sparked a deeper conversation as it pertains to colorism, body shaming, and what it means to be attractive in the gay world. How some men have access to certain things based upon their level of attractiveness, and the damage it does not only to the community, but also to ourselves. So let's talk about it. My biggest issues within the Black gay community revolve around the amount of shade, homophobia, and superficial standards we uphold, which seem to have gotten worse. These standards continue to cause a divide, a hierarchy that prevents us from making connections or finding love. I'm sure we're all aware of these viral pop the balloon dating shows where contestants line up with balloons and try to find love. If they like what they see, they hold on to their balloons. If not, they can pop anytime. These speed dating shows have done nothing but highlight the reasons why so many in the community are single, because many of them are solely based on the superficial nature of dating. Check out this clip and you will see what I mean.
Royale.
And Royale, you popped your balloon today, and can you tell us why you popped your balloon?
Honestly, I don't like the first thing right here. What's this?
The mic? That's not mine.
Oh, so it was an accident.
You judging the wrong stuff. Right. We could go to the next one right here. We good. Right.
Hello, and what's your name?
It's not mine.
This contestant popped his balloon because he mistook the guy's microphone for part of his outfit. Now, I try to give some of these contestants the benefit of the doubt, because a lot of them are looking to go viral by saying the dumbest and shadiest things. But in this case, he made himself look silly. In the gay community, it can be hard to find loyal, genuine friends, real love, and true happiness when we are so focused on the things that divide us. One of the biggest divisions comes from someone being labeled as feminine or masculine. While things have gotten better in the LGBTQ+ community for Fems, I still see and hear the phrase, no Fems. You have to exude masculinity, and it must come naturally, because any sign of femininity is an automatic dub. You can have a sense of style, but be careful not to be too trendy. No painting your nails, wearing large earrings, wearing makeup, dyeing your hair, wearing certain accessories, crop tops. And outside of fashion, diva worship is another signal to ring the fem alert. Yes, in our community, masculinity can even be defined by the type of music you listen to, the shows you watch, simple mannerisms such as the way you walk, the way you talk, how you stand, and the type of lingo you use. All of these things play a role in whether you are seen as feminine or masculine. And in some cases, this determines your value in the social hierarchy of the Black gay community. It is ingrained in us to associate dominance with height. The taller you are, the more dominant, and the shorter you are, the more passive some perceive you to be.
He's cute, like the outfit is cute. He's just too little, like really little.
The same comment, he is cute, but like he's small,
Little person.
Gotcha. Okay.
Too little.
Too little is crazy because I will handle you. Handle you down.
I don't know about that.
Handle you down. We can find out.
I'm okay.
I'm very explosive, so I need that, you know what I'm saying? I need that bag.
Hey, do you have any final thoughts? It looks like you want to say something.
Okay, yeah, a lot of thoughts. Because, no shade, I'll take all of y'all down. Starting with you first. Yeah, you first, mama.
Yeah, you first, mama.
And crazy enough, a lot of tops will not date bottoms who are taller than them. Check out this clip.
Okay, so I'm getting to realize that I'm low-key not in the mood to date Black men anymore. And here's why. The standards that we have made in the gay community as Black people, it's very heartbreaking. Because trying to date in the community, what I've often heard told myself was I was too feminine. I've had guys tell me I was too dark while being feminine. And then I had people tell me I'm too tall for my position, which is very hurtful. Because it's like, the outside world already, you know, treats me like I'm different. Then to have my own community ostracize me is very hurtful. It's hurtful. And I watch you guys pick and choose who you allow to be feminine, who you allow to date. You guys have so many rules in the dating world as black people. Then you guys go after exotic looking people. And it's like, okay, at this point, where do some of us gays fit in? Like, where do we go? And I'm not saying I want to go date white people, which I don't mind, I really don't care. But I'd rather have someone fetishize me than to have my own community tell me I am not desirable by the standards of which they have made. That is fucking heartbreaking. And it hurts. So it's like, what do I do now? Like, what do I do now? Because dating as a gay black man, people think it's so easy. It's really not. It's really not, because 80% of us get ostracized in our community. We do.
We talk about colorism. I was on Reddit, and these are a few of the messages I came across. I'm dark-skinned and well-endowed everywhere, but my gay friends in my 20s were light-skinned and pretty, and I always got passed over for them by guys I liked and wanted to get to know. Those same men would be talking to my friend, claiming they were going out on dates, but then trying to slide into my inbox to have adult fun with me. The crazy part is, I am cute, but being dark-skinned, I always felt like crabs at the bottom of a barrel, because my friends were always propped up because they were light-skinned and pretty. I have always had a preference for dark-skinned men, but they always preferred light-skinned men. So to this day, most of the men who I date are light-skinned because I had to learn to like who likes me. Another person stated, all of the men desire dark-skinned men with big booties and big D sexually, but they want a light bright on their arm to parade around and claim. The only thing I still see a lot of is dark-skinned men being over-sexualized and thought of as less desirable compared to lighter-skinned gays.
I just feel like a lot of black men, gay men specifically, are interested in other dark-skinned black men, but will cater or are very happy to fiddle about with lighties.
Do you think?
I've had, how many encounters have I had recently with it? About 2 or 3.
So they just don't like dark skin men.
I like all of us. I like all of us, and like, I just don't, and the worst thing is these men talk so loudly about it. Like, I've seen enough for it to be a problem. I've seen like so many black men who have vocalized it and made it so clear that like they only mess with lighties, right? And
That's crazy. I thought we left that behind in like school.
Like I've had black men approach me recently who have like made this very clear to me, like, oh, like I only really mess with light skins, right? And like initially I kind of entertained it, but then like I kind of had like a reality check and was like, as a light-skinned black man, we're part of the problem. I don't want to contribute to that. Do you know what I mean? I have dark-skinned friends who have had to deal with this crap, right? Yeah. And I just feel like I'm encouraging bad behavior, and I'm looking sideways at dark-skinned black men for not giving other dark-skinned black men a chance, to be perfectly honest.
All of these ideals not only cause discord within the community, but they also wear down our mental health and sense of self-worth. With the invention of dating apps and social media, the pressure to conform to an idealized vision of oneself can lead to serious issues. Body dysmorphic disorder often causes cognitive uneasiness, including excessive focus on one's appearance, low self-esteem, and high levels of social anxiety, and it is more common within the gay community than most realize. Up to 32% of gay and bisexual men report negative body image. Researchers believe that objectification theory may play a role in this negative self-image, as gay men feel increased pressure to achieve an idealized body, influenced by social media and the desire to attract a partner who will deem them worthy. According to the National Eating Disorder Association, gay men are thought to only represent 5% of the total male population, but amongst men who have eating disorders, 42% identify as gay. For gay men, dealing with this issue can lead to an obsession with obtaining muscle, low body fat, six-pack abs, and the ideal face. Though commonly believed to be a woman's issue, eating disorders are common among men. As new media capable of spreading body image standards to the masses has emerged, eating disorders have rapidly increased. According to recent data, 1 in 10 eating disorders now belongs to a man. However, men are less likely to be diagnosed with an eating disorder by physicians due to the stereotypical association with femininity. Depression. Many men who are constantly presented with images of the Hollywood body type begin to hate themselves. When men try their hardest to exercise and diet and still fail to achieve the ideal body type they see on Instagram, X, Jack, or Grindr, they become frustrated and often question their self-worth. This lack of self-confidence is extremely dangerous. Anxiety is a common companion. It may focus on different fears, but both are rooted in deep-seated insecurities. In the United States, at least one person who identifies as LGBTQ+ attempts to take their own life every 45 seconds. While many factors contribute to this, being ridiculed or feeling ostracized in a space where we should feel safe and accepted can greatly impact a person's mental health. Because the Black gay community is a minority within a minority, it can be difficult for Black gay men to find romantic partners, especially in smaller cities. When you add in standards like no fats, no Fems, and all the other requirements I mentioned earlier, it's no wonder some struggle to find love, externally or internally. When men are dealing with body image issues, which can lead to mental health challenges, and rush into relationships without taking the time to truly know someone, the foundations of Black gay relationships can often be shaky from the start. However, there is hope for a brighter and healthier future. I believe every Black gay man should seek therapy. Being Black and gay in a society that wasn't meant for you to succeed can be tough. Therapy can help address internalized homophobia and childhood and adult trauma. Seek out support groups and let go of toxic friend groups. Practices like yoga, meditation, or acupuncture can help regulate stress and anxiety and improve body acceptance. Apps such as Recovery Record and Rise Up offer daily support and tracking for those recovering from eating disorders. Remember, reaching out is a sign of strength, not weakness. And as Black men, we need to be more comfortable with seeking help. Instead of putting each other down over things we cannot control, let's practice what we preach. We want inclusion from society, yet we place barriers within our own community. Embrace the positive qualities within yourself and those around you. It's essential to please yourself rather than others and to uplift one another in the community. Once you're happy with yourself, life only gets better.